Well, hello, welcome back to my channel, Brickstage Pass here with episode 8 of building a medieval castle town in Lego. And I've got some changes. I solved that issue that I had with the cart being too tight to the stable and the keep. So let's get into it. So yeah, what did I do? I moved the castle from my smaller build table to my larger big table where I can have my Lego city. And by doing so, added in another 16 by 32 to the length, so it's now 5 32 base plates deep, and that's made such a huge difference to the whole thing. It's not just having it on here, it's the whole layout in general. And as we sort of go to where the stable and the stairs were, now we've got quite a large space which will easily get a cart there, so without having to modify the stable or move the keep back and start faffing with dimensions and pulling plates apart. I really didn't want to do because everything was sort of squared up, and it's given me, obviously all that side has got extra room now. I need to pull the bricks off the wall because they're too close to the wall there, but yeah, I've got all this room now to work in. And the harbour stayed the same, and this corner stayed the same. It's literally just extended it to the wall there and given me all that room. And you can see where I've not quite finished the moat, that far end side. I don't think I've run out of pieces, just time. But yes, this wall here to the right hand side of the gatehouse is longer. It doesn't quite go up to the butt of the wall, which means there's going to be a little bit of a gap, which is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to have something down that side and not it pressed high against my garage wall. But yeah, it's opened up a lot of space and a lot of opportunities, like I say, not just at the back and inside the castle, also outside the front. So immediately you can see my pirate build that I've been working on, and a lot of sets, and unfortunately this has become a little bit of a dumping ground because I have limited space and I can't start buying stuff, so I keep moving things around. I bought the dream sets for some figures which we'll probably look at in a little bit, but you can see my sorcerer's tower now has its permanent position. It's not finished, it's not quite exactly how I want to. That is where it's going to go, slightly off the wall. And I've also been able to put some of my figures, more sort of collectible figures and stuff that I'm going to be using in front of that. They were on the table to the side. Yeah, this is a rebrickable mock. If you've not seen it on rebrickable, it combines the bookshop and the island part of the Barracuda base, so you can build a ship, and then the other bits you can combine with the bookshop. And it was a really good build actually. Sometimes the rebrickable stuff isn't, I don't find it that much of a good experience because it's how somebody else builds, but this designer was very much like how I built it. But I plan to change it and do something with the pirates somewhere else. I also got the Viking Village, fantastic set, can't talk highly enough of it. Great value for money, fantastic build, great minifigures, lovely techniques, great parts. Yeah, I'll be doing something with Vikings at some point. Yeah, there's a few odd sets sort of floating around here that are just not doing any work on this particular part at the moment, and you can see that I've sort of landscape plated, or mills if you want to call it that, up, and I've created a little canyon here which I intend to have a little orc encampment there, so using the CMF orcs. I've seen a couple of people do some good ideas that I like. And then obviously to the left of the tower we'll have the forestry area, and I'll probably do something scenic with the background. I'm not going to leave it showing the bare wall. I'm thinking some artwork or graphic work, like depicting the forest to be bigger, but obviously, you know, moving away. So looking forward to doing some of that stuff. Not fully sure in this area what I'm going to do. There's the Night Stalker, fantastic figure. That was one of the reasons why I bought the Dream sets while they were on discount. I just think he's a great like Van Helsing, vampire hunter type character for my medieval fantasy town. He's going to fit in quite well. And this is another bonus of having all this room to work. I have been able to permanent home my Black Falcon's fortress. Again, this started off as a rebrickable. I tend to go on rebrickable if it's something I like. I get the instructions by either buying them or using them for free. This one I purchased, and then I build it, and then I redesign it completely. So a lot of this is very different to the original. The blacksmith in the tower is still the same as the rebrickable one, if that looks familiar, but inside the courtyard's bigger, and what I've done underneath is different. I've bulked up the tree that is the blacksmith tree. Ingots down on the floor. I've changed a lot of the design as well. The front's more hinges rather than slotted in pieces that the original design had. And now that's above my mountain, which will have some mining stuff under it for the finances for the Black Falcons. There's my little story in there. But you can see all this extra room that I've managed to get. It's going to allow me to do farm and my tournament field outside rather than putting the tournament field inside the castle, which is where it was going to go originally. This is where the castle sat before. It's become a dumping ground for some of the city sets I modified that I'm not quite ready to break down just yet, or if I will break down, I'm going to display them somewhere else. It does sort of show you how much the difference in room in size of the tables between the two. It's hard to think that I was going to just do that castle on here. Now I've moved it and I've got all these ideas of how I want to do it, and I did it mainly because I wanted to have a open space. I didn't want to have this small city with it, you know. Originally it was going to be kind of Gotham-esque. It was going to be crowded, it was going to have stuff going through it, and it was not what I wanted to do. So I want to have the open space that the medieval layout gives me. So the city is gone. This is my Temple of Air Jitsu that I did myself onto a 48 by 48. And yeah, you can just look and see the difference. It just looks more imposing, it looks vibrant, and this is before I've done any sort of adding in detail. It's missing a lot of the detail that I want to put on. And I've put a main path through there. That's only going to be a sort of different landscape that I hope it will only be like one sort of sand through the middle rather than two. And in this corner I've started work on the next part of the castle. Didn't know I was going to start it now, but I come up with an idea and I wanted to run with it now. And it's got a little cave, and you can see a classic dragon in there. It might give it away of what it's going to be, and the choice of black might also give it away. Yeah, so this is the area that I wasn't sure what was going to do when it was down on the other table, and obviously now I've got a good solid idea of what I want to do here. I'm using the black Fright Night dragons as statues. I'm just waiting for a little black head to come for the dragon on the right. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this one and what it's going to stand for within the actual medieval town. But obviously the turning field was going down that bottom, so that's freed up a lot of room to do some other things that I have got some ideas for, which won't get in the way of my sort of shambalesque market medieval town section of the castle build that I still have got planned. So yeah, that's about it for this episode. The next one I'll be focusing on the dragon side, and so once I have that up and running, I will have a video updated of that as well. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up, and also consider subscribing. A lot of people watch my video and don't subscribe. It'd be nice to have a few more subscribers. It just helps the channel grow and gives me motivation to do more content. Yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.